How we doing, gamers? Welcome back to a fresh new episode of the Birchlands. I can't remember what part this is, to be honest, but we're in the 70s in terms of episodes. Yeah, pretty crazy how long we've been doing this. So basically, the most recent project we've got going in this world is not what used to be here. This is what's left of, well, not even what's left of, but just, a crater where my old water farm or frickin' dripstone farm used to be. It's over there now, as you can see. It's looking pretty good. We built that not too long ago. And more recently, over here, over on the ocean over there, you can see there's a mysterious purple block of just purple over there. It looks very weird. That's because it is weird. It's an iron farm. It's going to be making us infinite iron when I eventually finish it, which will hopefully be soon. Basically, what we're doing right now is we're waiting for our copper. Wow, yeah, that's right, our copper. Our freaking chorus fruit to finish smelting into popped chorus fruit, so that way I can add on to that, because that's actually what purpur's made of. You can farm purpur blocks. It's really nice. So I said, you know what? Let's make an entire freaking build out of purpur blocks. And there we go. Over here, we've got ourselves the chorus farming facility. It's been a hot minute again since I've signed into this world, but you can see that we've got some chorus fruit growing here. It's going to be cut down later, once all the flowers at the top die and everything. That'll produce a lot of chorus fruit. You throw that stuff into a furnace and you can make loads and loads of purpur blocks using it. It's very nice. And this building right here actually took a very long time to make. Nearly 2 hours of recording this. Not like I was talking through the whole thing. The whole thing edited down to a normal, 20-minute video. But this took a while. And I'm glad it's really up, because it's a real beauty, if you ask me. But we're not building today. Instead, we're going into the surface nether. Because last episode, I was doing some stuff there. We messed up a portal. Or the portal was just messed up to begin with, and there was no way of fixing it. We're going to go back in there. We're going to go through this messed up portal, which is currently on the other side, suspended in air, mostly, on top of where I wanted the portal to come out. So we're going to go in there, we're going to fix up some stuff, and then we're going to go explore a massive cave I found, if I can actually locate that thing. And there may just be some ancient debris there, just hiding. But first, we're going to get the boring stuff out of the way right here. I'm going to try to make it as entertaining as I can. But I think people are just going to generally be a lot more entertained, me included, by that cave right there. Because it was a huge cave. I found it on my way back from the stronghold. But as you can see here, this looks terrible. It looks awful. We got this dirt staircase right here. Come on, man. That's for peasants. Dirt. Seriously, bro? Are we serious right now? Absolutely not. So today we're going to build ourselves a staircase going up to this. I'm thinking right here. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking we make it out of spruce wood, because we've got spruce on the wall right here. We've got also jungle, but I don't think that would go nearly as well against the deep slate. Personally, I think spruce wood goes really well with deep slate. Can't say I really know anybody else who feels the same way, but that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go grab some spruce wood right after taking a nap right here. Here it is, loads and loads of logs. This is probably going to be way more than enough, to be honest. I think it may also be helpful, just a little bit helpful, to grab ourselves some sticks as well, because we have a little bit of those lying around, and I think we might want to incorporate some fences into this. And we just have a whole bunch of sticks just lying around because of tree chopping and stuff. Trees drop sticks occasionally. Instead of, doing what most people would do and zombifying a Fletcher over and over again, so that way we can trade just loads and loads of sticks to that guy for emeralds, I would instead rather use it for building materials. But anyways, here we are, back again. We're gonna wait for the lag to clear. It's very little, but that doesn't mean it's annoying. But we're gonna break this bottom section of the portal right here. This is where I wanted it to come out, on the floor, like a normal portal. But it appears that couldn't be possible, so instead it had to generate right up there. Now, it did still generate in line with the poles right here, so I'm thinking, let me think. I'm thinking we bring up this right here. That goes to the ceiling. We do the same on the other side. Then, 2 blocks in front of it, we do a little something like this. This is where the floor is going to be. And then right here, this is where we're going to start laying down the planks. As well as the fences, too. You know, cannot forget the fences. Don't want to just fall off this thing. That would be very unfortunate. And now, what I reckon we'll do is we'll just join up the stairs right here. I need to get some deep slate to replace that floor right there. That's great. Love to see it. But yeah, we'll connect the stairs right on up. And then right at the bottom right here, we'll have a log going under, because personally I think if you do an upside down stair, like right above a block right there, I don't really think that looks pretty good. I just don't like the section missing. Like, I'll show you what I mean real quick. So if we have this right here, and then we put this right here, I don't really like having this one little section right here that's off-center. So, yeah, I just typically do a full block right beneath the last stair right here. I think it looks a little bit better. Now, this will actually improve the safety of this room as well, too, because there's less space for ghast to spawn. And this is a kind of a big room right here. It's right below a soul sand valley. Yeah, you definitely don't want ghast spawning in here, especially in a place where we have the portal, and that's kind of like our only way in and out of this dimension. Would really suck if a ghast blew that stuff up, but yeah, not today. This should, in theory, help prevent them from spawning. So I really think the only area where a ghast could realistically spawn is like right here, maybe. And that's a maybe too, because they need a little bit of area to spawn, and like, before this was here, I think, like, right here would have been the perfect spot for one to spawn. Not anymore, because the space is now occupied. Now, this isn't finished yet, obviously. We still got to wrap up the fences right there, as you just saw. But also, we have this backside right here, too. It's looking very, very unfinished over here on the backside. So we're going to finish it, of course. And actually, you know what? We may not have to go back for the deep slate, because I can just bring the logs down here. And that should replace the two missing floor areas right here. Beautiful. So there we go. And then behind here, there's going to be no stairs because you're supposed to walk out that way. This is the behind area. We don't want anything going on behind here, you know. There's not even enough space for a staircase, and I don't really think we could do anything else here, to be honest. So we're just going to fence it all off and call it a day. And there we go. So that should be all wrapped up. I think it looks pretty good. It definitely gets the job done and everything. You know, it doesn't look too shabby. I think maybe we might want to have some stuff going on underneath here, potentially. Maybe we could do, like, another staircase going down. Because, you know, it would be pretty nice to have access to the lower areas of the Nether and everything. But, yeah, there we go. That's that project wrapped up. Not too bad. In fact, you know what? I think I have an idea as to how we could make it better. Let's craft ourselves up some slabs right here. And that way, we can put these right on top of the portal. And now, it looks just a little bit more, I guess, encased in there, you know? Looks like this was built around the portal. Because it was. And there we go. It's all truly around now. So there we go. Now it's done. In theory. Yeah, it's done. Now all we gotta do is hope that the portal still works, because I did break the one beneath it, and that kind of had something to do with where that portal would spawn. I guess we'll see what happens when we go back in there in just a minute, but yeah, there we go. That's that part of the video done right there. I think that really makes it a lot more complete. It's a quick little build, definitely very quick compared to the building I just showed you earlier. But now it is time to go explore the cave. Now, this cave is located in a crimson forest. And if you know one thing about the crimson forest, is that it can be very hard to find things in there. Because, you know, it's kind of dense. It's a really dense forest. And you also got hoglins and piglins everywhere. Luckily, I'm going to go prepared this time, and we're going to wear this golden helmet, so that way they do not bother us. But the hoglins, those guys, they're still going to bother us. And we're going to be just a tiny, weensy little bit more vulnerable to them as well, because this golden helmet is not as protective as the diamond one I was just wearing. Other than that, we are going to have to wander around a little bit, and we're also going to need the elytra too, because this is a really deep cave. It's a really big drop, and it's definitely not safe to just jump in there and hope for the best. Especially not without a totem, because I would not be surprised if we died, even if I had, like, feather falling on the boots. It's a pretty deep cave, and you don't want to mess around like that. Now, I gotta locate myself some rockets. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have any, and we need these because this is going to be our only way out of the cave. Unless, of course, I want to dig through, like, tons of netherrack, but I'd rather save my inventory space for other things, like quartz, gold, and maybe even some ancient debris. We don't need too many rockets, but I think at least a few would probably be ideal, so I'm gonna just look around here for a little bit. We got ourselves some gunpowder right here. Now I'm gonna need is some paper. Cha-ching, there we go. And there it is, 15 rockets, that should be plenty. Additionally, we're also going to actually want to go over to the brewing area too, the brewing building that I also really like, because we need ourselves some fire resistance, but more importantly, some night vision. It is very dark in there. We definitely could be walking into some crazy dangers in the dark right there, so to, you know, make sure I can actually see and everything, we're going to go grab some of that stuff as well. Now, I should have plenty of these. Sure enough, look at all this. I still really miss these old, like, potion textures right here. Not as in, like, the texture itself. The texture itself hasn't changed a whole lot. It's the glint. The glint is amazing on these potions. And I really miss it, even though it is a little bit to look at, not gonna lie. Especially if you're on, like, a bright screen. But, like, come on, dude. Look at, I think the new potions right now, they just kind of look very, unappealing, I guess. It feels more like a drink and not anything like a magical potion like any of these are. But anyways, enough of me yapping. I wonder, you know, is there a texture pack that could theoretically bring that back? I might actually have to look into that. So that way we can bring all the potions back. I would be okay, I guess, with the potions being, you know, their current textures and everything in modern Minecraft. But again, I just really like the glint on these potions. Makes them feel a lot more magical. Alright, going through this portal, let's see what happens. And would you look at that? It did absolutely nothing to my structure right here. Fantastic. I am happy. Now, we're gonna drink the night vision and the fire resistance when we get up here. We have 6 potions total, 3 of each. I think that should be more than enough time. Again, the more essential one is going to be the night vision, but, you know, fire resistance, that's always nice too. Especially because, you know, it's a little bit hot up here, or down here. I don't even know. It's the freaking surface nether. It's not the normal vanilla nether, that's for sure. But I believe we want to head over in this direction. Now, we're going to be probably searching for a little bit more time than I would really desire, to be honest, you know. Because, again, as I said before, it is a kind of an elusive cave, that's for sure. But who knows, we might literally just find it. It's a very big thing, and it's actually got this little tiny opening on the surface. At least from what I remember. I guess we'll see what it looks like when I actually see it and everything. But this hoglin, you need to get out of here, buddy. Get lost. Yeah, that's right. You don't mess with me. Now, we do have a little something forming right here. I'm not really sure if this could be linked to it, but I am a little bit doubtful. Over here, we have the other side of the Crimson Forest. So over in that direction is going to be the Stronghold portal. In the general direction that gassed right there. So it should be somewhere around here, I think. This is a pretty interesting clearing. Is this? It's still a Crimson Forest, alright. I thought it could be like a tiny little dot of nether waste right there. That's what it looked like, because I don't think I've cleared much of this place out at all, to be honest. Looking on over here, it's getting a little bit more dense. Super glad the piglins are leaving me alone. That's kind of something I really should have kept in mind, and with all my other trips through this area and everything. This is probably like the 3rd, maybe 4th time I've worn this helmet in this dimension. So, yeah, I'm not the brightest sometimes, because I want to get things done fast, and I often do stupid things to achieve that. Now, I'm noticing the terrain goes down right here a little bit. This could be, it could be where it's at. What is this? It's nothing. Okay. Looking over here, though, the terrain is continuing to go down, and we have this other area right in here, but this definitely isn't the cave. The cave is a lot deeper. Yeah, this cave is so deep with, like, normal fog, and that's really dense in the nether. You couldn't see the bottom of this cave with normal fog. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to see the bottom of it with the fog I've got right now. It's really far out, because, you know, I actually want to see things. But normal fog, you're not seeing the bottom of this thing. Dude, look at what is going on over here. Look at all these spawns. Look at this. We got like a zillion mobs right on over here in this area. Glad that still none of them are attacking me, which is great. We've also got this bastion too. I think I said I'd explore that at some point. You know, this place might actually be located in another Crimson Forest, the one over in that direction, but I'm just gonna check this area too. Just a little bit. I'm just gonna see what's up. I'm gonna grab some quartz here since it's available. And this quartz as well. And this quartz too. Can't forget this other quartz. And this quartz too. You really can't forget all the quartz. How much do we have? A little bit, that's for sure. I think it might be in like this general area potentially. It might be linked to this right here, this cave. But first, I gotta get rid of this gas. Let's see. Gonna do a good old-fashioned return to sender. Yes, I can, baby. That's a classic right there. How many gas tiers did you drop me? Only one. That's okay. One gas tier is better than 0 gas tiers, if you ask me. But anyways, let's go check this stuff out real quick. Alright, looking over here, we've got a very, very sharp decline right here. And over here, it appears to be getting a little bit deeper. And would you look at that? There it is. So here it is. I recognize this. So if we just jump down here, look at this. It almost looks like the vanilla Nether. But it's not the vanilla Nether. This is actually a really, really big cave right here. Look at this, dude. This is insane. Look at this. You should totally make this your wallpaper, potentially. Oh my goodness. This maybe with a little bit of shaders. It would look crazy as a wallpaper. How deep is this? Negative 37, negative 38, so we're in the negatives now. Hence why the crimson stuff isn't generating down here on this bottom layer. But look at all this. So there might be exposed ancient debris around here, potentially. And if there is, I would definitely like to grab some of that. But we've also got these hoglins right here. Despite there being like no food down here for any of them, they're still spawning because yes. When I was making this data pack, and I really can't believe it's been so long, I wanted to see if there was a way I could get the nether features to generate below Y0, but that never ended up working out, as you can probably tell. So we've got a little bit of this right here, but no trees, unfortunately. But yeah, this is an absolute jackpot of a cave. I can only imagine what this would look like in like the modern versions in the overworld or something. Looks absolutely great. Looks crazy. I'm just really out of words, to be honest, you know? Because, like, this legit looks like the vanilla nether. But it's not the vanilla nether. It's something I threw together that generated by freak accident. Right now might also be a really good opportunity to get some glowstone, because I'm pretty sure we've only been trading this stuff from villagers. So this is going to be absolutely huge for the glowstone supply. No signs of any ancient debris. I'm pretty sure it might not be able to generate because it might see that this cave is actually air instead of just a carver and stuff. It's all data pack stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm starting to think that there might not actually be any exposed ancient debris and that it wasn't actually possible for it to generate down here. I am going to chug some more night vision and fire resistance. You know what we should do with the fire resistance? Maybe we could check underneath the lava, because that certainly isn't air. It's lava, obviously. We've got a little bit of it over here. It's at, like, the deepest part of the world. So, yeah, why don't we just check this out real quick? We'll just hop right in the lava right here. We can't see anything, of course. But if we just keep going down right here, in theory, we should eventually come to bedrock. There it is. So there it is. We're at the very bottom of the surface nether. Looking around here, though, where does this even end? You know, it's very... you can't even tell, like, what direction you're heading in. So yeah, this may not have been a very smart idea, and we're probably going to be here all day if I just hang around in here. But I would just like to check the edge right here, just on the off chance, you know? I believe if I actually stand at... Okay. I thought it would... There was like this glitch with water and stuff where you can actually remove the fog if you just hover at like a very specific Y level relative to the surface of the lava. Did not work there, couldn't get it to work. And it might honestly not work with lava at all, to be honest. But I do know it works with water, at least in some versions. I don't use it a whole lot, unless I'm like boating. But I just figured I'd try that. So, no ancient debris, unfortunately, but that's okay. At least not yet. Alright, so I've done a little bit of mining right here. My inventory is really full right now. It's really filled up. So I'm going to take some of these nuggets, convert them into ingots real quick, and then I'm going to start trading with you and fill my inventory up even more from doing so. Great idea. And that guy gave me soul sand, so I don't think my luck is all that good today, but that's okay. I'm just going to go on over here before I open up this shulker box, because I think he's going to get angry if I do that near him. But we're just going to shove some of this stuff right on in here. And now we have ourselves a fresh new inventory, basically. Not completely fresh, but it's okay. I will say, we're going to have a lot, and I mean a lot, of food to cook up when we return home. That's going to be crazy. Like, look at this. 49 raw pork chops from taking out the hoglins. Alright, so after exploring this area a little bit more, I've come across this little passageway right here. We're going to see what's up. Still a really, really big cave, as you can see. This is a crazy cave. Yeah, all crazy things must come to an end, and it appears that's what this is right here. But just imagine, this is all hiding just below the Crimson Forest up above. So yeah, pretty crazy, crazy stuff we got going on down here. But no ancient debris, unfortunately. It's not that crazy. I wish it was, though. Next area I think I'm going to check out is going to be this right on up here. We're going to see what's going on with the part of this cave that actually has the Crimson Forest in it. We're going to see what's up right up here. I wouldn't imagine too much, but you know, it's always cool to check stuff out and everything. Going up here, it's just a steep hill with a wall at the top of it, so far nothing too crazy to write home about. And that's exactly what it is, but over there is looking a little bit more interesting, so I'm thinking we can fly on over there, potentially without any rockets. I'm just gonna try it real quick, so we're just gonna hop right on over here, if I can get my footing right. And now we're gonna wanna find the highest point possible, which might be right here, to be honest. And yeah, take a leap of faith and hope for the best. I'm gonna get the rockets ready. We are not gonna be able to make it to that ledge in time, so yeah, it's just time to break out the old rockets. We'll start at the top and work our way down. So up here, we've just got nothing but Crimson Forest. I think right on over here is where the bulk of it is. And it looks like we have some gravel suspended in air up there, which is pretty cool. Look at this and ask yourself, could this be in the vanilla nether? Because I think the answer to that question is yes. I think it very much could be. Unless you were like really geeky and knew that like this right here, these little poles that spawn in the caves, these don't generate in the nether. But other than that, like, it's really convincing, and I'm glad something like this gets to exist in this world right here, where it's all just a surface and everything. Anyways, we got another cave right here. This one's a little higher, as you can probably tell. Pretty standard cave stuff, to be honest. But I do just want to check it out. This actually goes into the Soul Sand Valley, which we got right here. That's pretty interesting. So part of this is beneath the Soul Sand Valley as well. If we just keep going down here, oh my goodness, it opens back up again. Holy frick, dude. So this, I think, it might actually connect up with the rest of my house, potentially, of that base that we built, the tower. Because if you guys remember correctly, when we were digging the room with the portal in it, originally that was only 3 blocks tall, but I dug deeper into the ground and made it, you know, as heighty as it is now. That might connect up with this right here, and if so, that's gonna be insane, dude. Anyways, how many tiers did this guy drop me? More than 1, it looks like. Sure enough, 2. Very nice. That is indeed more than 1. The more you know. But, yeah. Oh my goodness, I look it up. There it is. So that's it. We can expand the base down here and get access to this huge cave. Oh my goodness. This is literally an amazing seed right here, dude. Can you imagine the things? What if we, like, set up a base down here in this area? That would be the sickest thing ever. Like, we just bring the tower down. That's the plan. We'll bring this down. We'll have a ladder going all the way down to this layer. And imagine if we just set up a base down here. That would be so much better than what we've got going on like, the surface with all the gas attacking us left and right up there. You should see all the soul fire. We got a small sliver of Crimson Forest right here, though, with a skeleton in it. That's pretty cool. You gotta love your skeleton. And a hoglin. Another big, huge surprise I'm sure nobody saw coming. Going over here, though, it appears that it might just be a little bit more than just a sliver. It might be yet another passage to another crazy place. So yeah, this could honestly be, right here, what we're looking at, a secret passageway, in a way. Like, these tunnels, they could go, like, all over the place. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we went in, like, the opposite direction, if that, like, made contact with the nether wastes on the other side. And maybe some of those big, like, pits you see out there as well, if you've watched some of the previous episodes, especially the ones where I've gone over there to work on the portal that goes to the stronghold. This is going to be a great area to kill ghasts as well, because they can't just fly away into the sky. They've got the roof right here to worry about. So I can just do things like this to them and get multiple gas tiers, no problem. So that's another 2. Very nice. It also could be really helpful as well, not just in the sense of potions for these, but these can actually be used to craft end crystals, I believe. I don't know the exact crafting recipe because I don't really craft end crystals. I haven't crafted end crystals ever in survival Minecraft. But if we craft those, we can respawn the Ender Dragon and start farming Dragon's Breath with bottles when that guy's still alive. But yeah, this has been quite a discovery right here, dude. I can't believe it actually connects up. That's crazy, dude. Like, you have no idea just how, I guess, in awe I am right now that all this actually connects. Because, dude, we could really, like, set up a base here in the Nether, or the surface Nether, if you want to be technical. But, and it could literally be the dream. We could literally be living the dream over here. Because, like, this is perfect. Like, the surface Nether, like, the surface part of the surface Nether, that's, like, you know, what I wanted with the data pack and everything, you know, kind of the design I want. That's, like, the cool quirk. But if you don't like that, you can just go underground. And you got all this to deal with. Like, I guess it's more dense compared to the original Nether and everything. Because you definitely wouldn't see a tunnel like this at all, but maybe something like what we're about to come out to, which is where we started. That is definitely a lot more like the vanilla Nether. Of course, it does look a little bit underground, and kind of looks a little backwards too, with the magma generating on the ceiling as opposed to the floor. But it looks great, and unfortunately, we are gonna have to leave it right now. But let's see if I can do this right here. So we got that small crack in the ceiling right there. Yeah, we can just fly right through this, and it looks normal. It looks very unsuspecting. What a discovery right there, dude. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, this is all the soul fire. So, yeah, this base right here, it's about to get a lot better, that's for sure. I also can't wait till we get soul speed right here, so that way we can run over all these soul soil and the soul sand too. More so the soul sand, because the soul sand actually slows you down. But, yeah, just as the night vision ends, it's time to head back home. So, yeah, basically, right below this deep slate, this section right here, it's basically the section that we saw from the cave when I looked up there. So, yeah, that's the plan. We'll just connect this ladder. It'll go all the way down into the earth. Or the Nether, I should say. It's not really the earth. But, yeah, that was great. I liked that. I've been talking a lot, and I need a drink now. But anyways, if you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. We do a little bit more than Minecraft on this channel for those of you who are new. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we will hopefully get the iron farm ready, if not fully functional. Pretty good stuff. Can't wait for that too. See you later.